Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Do I understand you correctly, General McKenzie and General Milley, that your personal recommendation was that the troops remain in Afghanistan, a certain number of them, beyond the August 31st deadline?
No, Senator. Our recommendation, this is the Joint Chiefs of Staff, this is myself included, General McKenzie, Major General Donahue, the Ground Tactical Commander of the 82nd Airborne Division, and Admiral Mazie. Every single one of us were in a tank. I brought him up. There was Secretary Austin did not show up. There's no political pressure. There's no expectation of consensus. Every one of us evaluated the military conditions at the time on the 25th, and we made a unanimous recommendation that we end the military mission and transition to a diplomatic mission.
Thank you. So while you testified that you may have had the personal recommendation in the, I think in your case, General McKenzie, in the fall of 2020, or it might have been General Milley, that by the time we're evacuating everyone, that was not a recommendation that you personally held? That
Absolutely not. At that point, on the 25th of August, no. At the 25th of August, we recommended that the mission end on the 31st.
Thank you for that clarification.
Thank you.
So the evacuation was chaotic, and yes, we are really grateful that our military performed magnificently in evacuating over 120,000 people. But Secretary Austin, Secretary Blinken acknowledged to my colleagues on the Senate Foreign Relations Committee that no one believed the Afghan government and military could collapse as rapidly as it did, especially in the first weeks of August. However, U.S. forces conducted at least a couple of airstrikes in the middle of July aimed at blunting the Taliban's rapid advance. So Secretary Austin, in July, you were aware, or the DOD was aware, that the situation was deteriorating rapidly by July. Why wasn't action taken to secure the Kabul airport or retake Bagram then?
Thank you, Senator. You're right. The tempo had picked up significantly. The Taliban continued to make advances. Our entire chain of command, myself, the chairman, General McKenzie, routinely engaged the Afghan leadership to encourage them to solidify their defensive plans, to make sure that they were providing the right logistics to their troops, and further stiffen their defenses to no avail. And to compound that, President Ghani continued to make changes in the leadership of the military. And this created further problems for the Afghan security forces. Mr.
Secretary, I don't mean to interrupt you, but my time is elapsing. So this gets to the overestimation, I think the overly optimistic assessment, because even as late as July, you're still encouraging the Afghan Special Forces, you're expecting the Ghani government to remain, but that was not the case. In December of 2019, the Washington Post reported that the U.S. military commanders privately expressed a lack of confidence that the Afghan army and police could ever fend off, much less defeat the Taliban on their own. So, General Milley, you noted that there were some specific military lessons to be learned. This is not the first time that I think we have relied upon overly optimistic assessments of conditions on the ground or conflict conditions. It certainly happened in Vietnam. So my question to you is, what specific steps can we take to make sure that our assessments are not overly optimistic so we can avoid the kind of reliance on assessments that are not accurate?
I think in the case of working with other countries' armies, it's important to have advisors with those units so you can do a holistic assessment of things that are very difficult to measure, the morale factors, leadership, will. I think that's one key aspect. Another part, I think it's really important, and this is a lesson from Vietnam and I think today, is don't Americanize the war. We learned that in El Salvador or in Colombia, for example, where we did assist and help other countries' armies fight insurgencies, and we were quite effective, but it was their country, their army, that bore the burden of all the fighting, and we had very, very few advisors, and it was quite effective. Now, every country is different, every war is different, it has to be evaluated on its own merits, but I think those are some key points that are worth thinking about.
I agree. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Senator Hirono.